Hello, mathematicians. Welcome to math class with me, Miss Taylor. I am glad you're here. So let's get started. Do we have our fact practice packet? Got my packet here. Remember, we're on our new packet. We are working on packet number 3. Looks like this. Packet number 3. And we need our textbook. Got my textbook here, workbook, paper or whiteboard, pencil, and our little ones and tens and hundreds. I've got mine. I kind of stacked them up to make 10. I thought that would be a good idea for us. So if you do not have some of these things, please pause the video. You can go and get your things and then come right back. All right. So let's see our fact practice packet for today. And again, we're on packet number 3. And we are going to work on page number 2. So down here at the bottom, we're on page number 2. And we're going to do a little bit more practice with place value. And so I wrote the date up here. It is November 5th, 11-5. And this is the same as the practice that we did yesterday, where we look at this 3-digit number and we write the value of the underlined digit. So for example, 893, this 8 doesn't just mean 8, it means 800. Or in this number, the 6 is in the hundreds place, so it also means 600. In this one, the 0, the underlined number is 0, it's in the ones place, so that just means 0. In this one, the 3 is underlined, and the 3 is in the tens place. You could even write your H, T, and your O, and so that 3 stands for 30. So again, this fact practice should not take us very long. It's just a little place value review. Should just take you maybe a minute or two. So if you'd like to keep going and do this right now, you can pause the video and then join us again after you're done. Okay, so today we are going to practice renaming twice. So you all have been doing a fabulous job learning how to rename when we subtract. So today is going to be a little bit more of a challenge for us because we're going to talk about what do we do when we have to rename twice. Oh my goodness. So we are going to take a look at some examples on pages 52 and 53 in our books. So if you would like to open up your textbook, I am going to work on, I'm going to show you this one, 421 minus 68. Okay, so 421 minus 68. I'm going to show you the vertical algorithm way. And maybe you had 421 pieces of candy that you collected for Halloween, and then you gave your brother or sister 68. That was nice. How many would you have left? Well, let's find out. Okay, so more on the top. Whoops, if there's more on the top, no need to stop. But if there's more on the floor, we have to go next door and get some more. So if I just have 1 in the ones place, can I subtract 8? Can I take away 8? No. So we have to do a little bit of renaming. We are going to take one of these 10s and scoot it over here to make 10 ones. So I'm going to cross this off. It's sort of like we had, here's our 2, oops, not hundreds. Here's our 2 10s. And we're going to take one of those and rename it as 10 ones. So because we're taking this one, I'm going to cross this off, and this now becomes a 1. So now I just have 1 10 here. But over here, I have 11. Now let's pause for just a minute. Do we still have 421? Well, let's check. Here's 400, right? We know this is 400. Let's see, 110 is the same as 10. And 11 ones is the same as 11. Well, let's see. 410 plus 11. 410 plus 10 would be 420 plus 1 more, 421. So we still have 421. We're just giving it a different name. Okay, so now we can go and subtract in the ones place because now we have 11 and we can take away 8. So 11 minus 8, let's see, I think that would be 3 because 8 plus 3 makes 11, right? I think so. Okay, now we go to the tens place. More on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get some more. Now, if I only have one 10, can I take away 6? No, I can't, can I? So what we need to do is we need to go over here into our hundreds place. And there we go. We have our 400s. And we're going to take one of these and we're going to rename it as 10 tens. So I'm going to cross this off. So I kind of took one of these hundreds. And I'm putting this 100, but I'm doing a little magic. Do a little bring. And this is the same as 10 tens, isn't it? This is the same as 10 tens. So how we show that, so we've got in our hundreds, we're renaming it as 10 tens. And in this spot, I already had 1. It becomes 11 because we scooted 100 over here. And we know 100 is the same as 10 tens. So we have our 10 tens plus our 1 that was already here, and that makes 11. Now we can do 11 tens minus 6 tens, which would be 5 tens, and 3 hundreds minus nothing, which would be 3 hundreds. Okay. And to help us, we can also do a little bit of checking to check to see if we've done the right computation. When we're subtracting, we can check our answer by adding. So 3 plus 8 makes 11. 5 plus 6 makes 11. And 3 plus 0 makes 3. So we can check it that way. Isn't that neat? And so in our books, they are showing us how we do it. So this is the same problem that we just worked on. So the first thing we do is we subtract the ones, right? We always start right here in the ones place. 1 minus 8. Oops, but we can't do that. So they went next door and they renamed it. They took one of these and they put it over here, just like we did. And then after they did that, then they can subtract the ones. Now we subtract the tens, but you can't take 1 minus 6, so they renamed it again. This becomes 3, this becomes 11, and then you can subtract the tens, subtract the hundreds. All right, so it would be a prudent idea for you to do a few of these to practice on your own. You could practice this one the vertical algorithm way, and then look at the picture, the place value chart, to help you. And then on the next page, they have a couple more practice problems for us, and then they have a few word problems. And I thought it would be prudent for us to go over one of our word problems together. So let me erase this one, and why don't we, let's try number 21. Look at all these beads. It says, Lydia needs 620 beads to make a bag. She has only 465 beads. How many more beads does she need? Okay, let's underline the question. Let's write an answer sentence. Oh, thank you, textbook. They wrote one for us. She needs blank more beads. Well, let's see. So we read the problem. We underlined the question. The textbook already gave us an answer sentence with a blank. So let's go to number 2. Identify the who and or the what. So this question, it's about Lydia. And Lydia has some beads. So Lydia's beads. Okay. So that's our who and our what. Then the next thing we do is we draw our unit bar. Just a fancy name for a rectangle. There we go. And now we're going to go back and look at the problem and fill in our unit bar. Do some adjusting and chunking. Let's see. Lydia needs 620 beads to make a bag. That's kind of our whole number. She already has some beads, but then she needs some more. So what that would look like is, this is how many beads she needs, 620. She already has some, so I'm going to chunk my unit bar to be, here's our two parts. One part is the number of beads she already has. And then our question mark is, this is how many more she needs if she wants to make the bag with 620 beads. All right, and then we are going to go to step 5. We're going to work our computation. And when we have a missing part, we know we're going to subtract because they've given us the whole number. And to find, and they give us one of the parts, and then to find the missing part, we need to subtract. So let's subtract. And we always start in the ones place. We always start at the top. If I have 0, can I take away 5? No. Now, a common mistake when students see 0 minus 5, they say, oh, that's 5, Miss Taylor. And that is a very common mistake, but it's not 5 because we have to start up here. 0 minus 5, we can't do it. If we're in the classroom, we would all say, can't do it. If we have 0 minus 5, can't do it. All right, more on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, we've got to go next door and get some more. And this is what that looks like. So we're going to go next door to the tens place. We're going to rename one of our tens. We're going to sort of take it, put it over here. And the 10, this becomes a 1 because we're taking one of the tens. And here we didn't have any tens. It was a 0, so this can become a 10. Now we can subtract the ones place. 10 minus 5 is 5. Oh, it was 5. Okay, 10 minus 5 is 5. Let's go to the tens place. We have 110 minus 6. Wait a second. If I have 110, can I take away 6? No. So more on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get some more. So this becomes a 5. We're sort of taking one of these hundreds and putting it over here to be 10 tens. But we already have a 10. So this becomes 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. And 5 hundreds minus 4 hundreds is 100. Let's see if that would make sense. Step 6. Fill in your answer. Check to make sure it makes sense. Would that make sense that she needs 155 more beads? I think that would make sense. So second graders, this is a lot of thinking and a lot of renaming. Look at all that. Look at all the stuff that we did. It is very easy to get confused, so please take your time. Think about why you're crossing off this number and coming over here. And if you are finding that you are feeling kind of frustrated, that this is hard, please know that that is okay. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is one of the hardest things that we learn in second grade math, is subtraction with renaming. So if you are feeling a little bit like, oh, Miss Taylor, this is a lot of stuff going on, don't worry. We're going to do lots of practice together, and we'll do lots of review. And after we do it a little bit, it will become easier because practice makes progress, doesn't it? All right. So let's see. Our homework for today is, let's see, what's our homework? 61 and 62. So here is page 61. Maybe we should quickly do one together. Miss Taylor's video is becoming very long. I want to quickly do one together. 1 minus 8, we can't do it. Let's go next door and get some more. Now we can do it. 11 minus 8 is 3. 1 minus 6. Wait a second, we can't do that. We've got to rename. So now we can do 11 minus 6 is 5. 2 minus nothing is 2. And again, before I go and do the whole page, whoops, forgot to circle my renaming. I am going to check to make sure that I'm on the right track. So here's my answer, 253. Am I doing that correctly? There's a lot going on here. Oh, there it is. Oh, good. So I think I'm on the right track. So I would recommend you do 1 or 2 and then check your answers just to make sure that you're on the right track. So 3 minus 5, we can't do it. Got to go next door and get some more. Now I can do it. 13 minus 5 is 8. 4 minus 8, can't do it. More on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor. We have to go next door and get some more. So I'm taking 100 over here and I'm putting 10 tens. And you can kind of just put a 1 there because then it makes it a 14. All right. 14 minus 8 is 6. And 5 minus nothing is 5. Let's check. 568. Oh, there it is. All right, so we've got it. So again, second graders, there's a lot going on today. Take your time. Think about why we're crossing off these numbers, why we're renaming. And again, if you're feeling like, oh my goodness, this is a lot going on, don't worry, we'll practice. And practice makes progress. So pretty soon it will start to make a little more sense. All right, and I hope you have a lovely day. See you soon.